So just to continue here, we're going to be converting some squared and cubed units. Now it's a little bit different because of this square here, which means that basically they're taking the area of a square. Okay, so they're saying the area of a square is 2.7 centimeters. So that means that if we wanted to find the length of one of the sides, we would just take the square root of 2.7. $1.64. So we'll just use a rounded number, 1.64. And the reason why I show you this is because when we convert squared units to squared units, what ends up happening is we end up multiplying or dividing by the units twice. And the reason for that is we have to imagine that we want to change this unit here. This is in centimeters to meters. So if we want to change centimeters to meters, we're going to, millimeters, we're going to times it by 10. And we would have to change this one as well, times it by 10. So really what we're doing is we're taking this one, times it by 10, this one, times it by 10. Or what we can do is just take our answer, our area, and times it by 10 two times. So 2.7 times by 10 times by 10 because of that squared unit. So that becomes 2,700 millimeters squared. Okay, so now we're going to look going the other way. So if we take our little chart from the previous page, from meters, decimeters, centimeters, and I'm going from centimeters up to meters. So I'm going to divide by 10, divide by 10. But because of this squared unit, that means I need to do that two times. Because I have basically a square, I need to take a look at one side length. I would divide by 10, or just divide by 100. And do the same thing on this side here, divide by 10, or just divide by 100. So what I'm going to end up doing is taking 42,000, dividing it by 100, and then divide it by 100 again. So that's moving it 1, 2, 3, 4 decimal places to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4 decimal places. So that is 4.2 meters squared. Now, again, if you're not comfortable with moving the decimal, then just take 42,000, divide it by 100, divide it by 100 again, you're going to get 4.2 meters squared. And imagine if you're working with 42,000 centimeters, the number should get smaller when we're working with a bigger unit. Okay, so the same thing happens if we're talking about meters to centimeters cubed. All right, but this time we're actually going to be moving or multiplying by the same measurement 3 times instead of 2 times. So again, if I have meters, decimeters to centimeters. Now I'm moving this way because I'm going meters to centimeters, right? So that's times by 10, times by 10, or really just times by 100 if we're moving meters to centimeters. Now, imagine again, this isn't just a square, we're talking about volume of a cube, right? So that means that we have the length, the width, and the height that we all need to change. So because we need to change each of those, that means that we times by 100, times by 100, times by 100. So rule of thumb is that you move the decimal how many zeros you have. So if I'm timesing it by 100 once, twice, 3 times, that means I'm moving the decimal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I just do little blank ones, and then I can put zeros there. So this looks like this, 350,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. There we go.